Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Rafal Said, and I currently serve as the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development in our nation. My role has given me the chance and this responsibility to work closely with the communities, scientists, policymakers, and industries in shaping a sustainable and inclusive future. We are here today not just to talk about policies or programs, but to reflect on what kind of future we are building, and more importantly, how we can build it together. I will be speaking about a topic that is deeply personal to me and crucial to the world at large, shaping the future through green innovation. Because in times like this, when environment challenges grow more urgent by the day, we must ask ourselves, can innovation and sustainability go hand in hand? I believe the answer is yes, and I invite you to join me as we explore how. Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me as the Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development to stand before you today at this prestigious Green Future Forum. I feel deeply privileged to deliver this keynote speech on a topic that lies at the very heart of our shared future: green innovation and sustainability. Allow me to begin with a simple question. When you wake up in the morning and breathe in the air around you, what kind of future do you imagine for the next generation? Is it a future filled with smoke and uncertainty, or is it a future where technology and nature walk hand in hand, where innovation becomes the guardian of environment? I believe we are standing at crossroads. The choice we make today will determine the legacy we leave behind. Over the past decade, humanity has witnessed rapid industrialization, urban growth, and technology breakthroughs. But along with this achievement, we have also alarming challenges: rising global temperature, shrinking forests, polluted oceans, and unpredictable climate patterns that threaten life and livelihoods. As a government, as a leader, as an innovator, we can no longer ignore this signal. Sustainability is no longer a choice, it's a responsibility. Today, I want to highlight how green innovation can be the key solving this challenge. Green innovation means finding new ways through science, technology, and policy to create economic growth while reducing harm to our environment. Let me share with you three pillars we are building in our nation to embrace green innovation. 1. Clean energy transformation. We have set ambitious target by 2045. Our country aims to achieve 60% renewable energy in our national grid. This is not just a dream, it's a concept roadmap with solar farms, offshore wind project, and community-based micro hydropower station already under construction. Imagine village in remote area powered and driven by clean energy. No more dependence on diesel generator. No more blackout during the rainy season. This transformation is already taking root. For 2, circular economy and waste management. For decades, we live in a linear economy. Take, make, and dispose. The system is no longer sustainable. We are now promoting a circular economy, recycling, reusing, and redesigning products to minimize waste. For example, we recently launched a national program where major cities compete to achieve zero plastic waste. Industry are rewarded for developing biodegradable packaging. University collaborate with startups to convert food waste into biofuel. This initiative not only protect the environment but also open new business opportunity and create green jobs for our youth. 3. smart city, and green infrastructure. Urban area are responsibility for 70% of global carbon emission. That is why we are investing in smart city. Cities equipped with intelligent transport system, green public space, and energy efficient buildings. Take our pilot city project in Sumatera Raya. Every new building must be meet green certification standard. Public bus run on electric batteries, reducing noise and air pollution. Even our street lights are powered by solar panels. These are not futuristic dreams. These are steps we are making today. But let me be clear, government cannot do this alone. We need collaboration between policymakers, private sector, academic institutions, and most importantly, the people. To our entrepreneurs, I say invest in sustainable solutions because the market of the future is green. To our educator, teach the next generation to value innovation that respect the planet. To every citizen, remember that small action, recycling at home, saving energy collectively build a massive impact. Ladies and gentlemen, sustainability is not confined by borders, air we breathe, and consent. We shall connect us all. That is why we are actively working with neighbor countries and international organizations to exchange knowledge and technology. Last year, we signed a regional agreement on renewable energy cooperation. Through this, we will share expertise on solar battery storage and jointly fund research on climate resilient agriculture. Now, allow me to share a vision. Imagine standing on a hill 20 years from now, looking over a landscape where the forest, trees, rivers run clear, and city homes quietly with an electric energy. Imagine children playing under a bright blue sky, unaware that upon a time their future was uncertain. This is not a fantasy, it's a future we can create together if we act thoughtfully today. Of course, I will not stand here and pretend that the route ahead is easy. Transitioning to green innovation require investment, patience, and sometimes difficult decisions. It may mean shifting subsidy from fossil fuels to renewables, or enforcing regulation that demands industry to change their habit. But history teaches us that progress always begins with courage. So my message to all of you is this: let us be the generation of courage. Let us be leaders who turn challenge into opportunity. Let us embrace green innovation not just a policy but as way of life. Together we can shape a future is not only prosperous but also sustainable, where our children and grandchildren can thrive in harmony with nature. As I near the end of my remarks today, I like to take a moment to reflect not just on the challenge we face but on the power we hold. You see, in every crisis there is also charity. That what we do now, this is very decade, will echo for generations to come. Charity that innovation is not simply about new machine or new apps, it's about rethinking how we grow and how we care for the world around us. Let me remind you that greatest solutions have never comfort zones. They come from those bold enough to challenge the status quo, from minds willing to imagine differently, and from the leaders who act not just for themselves but for the greater good. The journey to a sustainable future will not be paved instantly, but it can be fueled by vision, by collaboration, and by a commitment to act beyond words. It's us, whether we are policy makers, students, scientists, or everyday citizen, has a role to play. The climate will not wait. The earth does not negotiate. The time to act is not tomorrow, it is today. And if we move forward with purpose and unity, I truly believe we can transform not only our environment, but we live and thrive as a global community. And thank you for your attention, your passion, and your commitment. May this forum ignite a new ideas, build stronger partnership, and inspire us to take a real action. Let us move forward together for a greener, brighter tomorrow. And thank you very much.